TTPS, the Deputy Commissioner of Police for Intelligence and Investigations, he more or less said that the school bomb threats were a hoax, which I think is reasonable. I do wonder to what extent we would have gotten this information if we didn't have the Joint Select Committee where he was asked and he answered the question, he gave out the information. That's point number one. Point number two, I think this is all reasonable, right? I'm glad that we got the information. If we didn't get the information, that might be the real hiccup, but this is all reasonable. The expertise to deal with this situation, particularly because it's outside of our borders. That's where the email probably came from ultimately. But I think the question now, and this is going to be a hard one, exactly what was the point of this hoax? Was it just a cruel prank that maybe the people that did it don't understand the damage that it did? It might not seem like a lot, but it was. Because now, to some extent, those gates are open and it's going to make things uneasy. We lost schooling time. It's going to cast a shadow over a lot of our society now. Just a small one, a minor one, but it's going to be there now. It's going to be there now. We might see copycats of this further. And then, finally, the commissioner, she did more or less admit that the results from her crime plan, we're not seeing it. It's not bearing out. In fact, murders, rather than seeing a reduction, we saw an increase. Cool. It's good that she's willing to admit it. I did not necessarily have an issue with her crime plan, so to say. What I had an issue was with her making these very definite statements. Oh, we'll have an impact by June. We'll reduce serious crime by June. That also did not happen. Not just murders, but other serious crimes as well was not reduced. Oh, her rating is excellent. If she did not say these things, her position, in my opinion, would be a lot better. It would be a lot better. But because she's making these promises or making these statements about her own job performance, it's causing the results are not good, but it's causing them to be skewed further into a negative light. Because you're actually giving us a bad comparison. We're comparing what is to what you said. It's not looking good. We wouldn't have those comparisons to make if you did not say those things. I understand the month of June, to be fair, that was directly from a question at the Joint Select Committee on National Security. So could she have answered it differently? Maybe. I believe the MP Rudal Munilal, he wanted a definite, absolute answer. She gave it. But I think in both cases, she set herself up to look bad. And now I'm here saying, look, it looks worse than it is because we should have expected things to not be so easy for her. Despite all of my criticisms, despite all of them, that is the reality of our crime situation.